All right, we're going to do some review here for your test coming up on Monday. The first thing we're going to do is look at the percent review that starts on the bottom of page 101. I know 7C took a look at some of this yesterday. We were working on it, but I'm going to start here again just for the sake of 7A. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. If you look at the bottom of page 101, first thing, this is just the first step. You guys are pretty good at this now as far as changing the decimals or the percents to decimals. All right. So all you got to do is move the decimal place 2 places to the left and take away the percent sign. Some of the trickier ones are like number 3. When you have something less than 1%, you have 3/4%. So the decimal for that would be 0.75, and then you got to move the decimal place 2 places to the left. So remember, anything less than 1% is going to have 2 zeros in front of it. You always start moving the decimal place if there's a fraction with the decimal, or a fraction with the percent, excuse me, like on number 8. The decimal starts between the 1 and the fraction. It starts at the end of the whole number, moves 2 places to the left, and then you just put the decimal equivalent of 5H, 625 at the end. So 0.71625. Now you guys are going to be doing these problems. You're going to be doing this review today. I'm just going over some of the basics so that you can remember how to do it. You can take some notes, write in some things next to the charts here on page 102. If you look at page 102, you have there, you're going to write for 9 through 12, write those as, write as a fraction. 39% is a fraction. That is simply what? Percent means hundredths. So 39% is 39 over 100. Can you reduce that? No, you can't. So that's what it is, 39 over 100. Number 10, write 91% as a ratio. Well, percent means hundredths, so that's 91 to 100 for the ratio. Right? As you go ahead and do the rest of those, 11 and 12. Now let's look at these charts. These are all different types of percentage problems that you're going to be working with throughout the year. You're going to be taking a test on it, but you're going to see these on homework. You know how it works. You're going to see these on homework for the rest of the year. So let's take a look here. On the first chart, you have the original number, and you have less than or more than. So it's less than or more than in percent. For instance, on number 13, it's 20% more than. Now, you could find 20% of 78 and then add it, or like the lesson told you to do, if it's more than, you add that 20% to 100%, which makes 120%, and then multiply that times 78. And that gives you 93.6. When it's more than, you're going to have more than you started with. When it's less than, you're going to have less than you started with. So look at number 14. Starts with 120. It's 1.5% less than. So that means you're going to subtract 1.5 from 100, which gives you 98.5% of 120, and that gives you your answer. Take notes on this. That's fine. Write stuff in the margins there so you can do these. If it's more than, you add it to 100% before you multiply. And if it's less than, you subtract from 100% before you change the percent to a decimal and multiply. Next chart. It says to find the percent to the nearest whole percent, label as increase or decrease. So this is percent of increase or percent of decrease. Now, how do you find percent of increase and percent of decrease? You subtract and divide by the original number. So you're going to have, for instance, on number 17, the sweater, you're going to have the June price, $30. The September price is $40. It went up, so it's going to be increase. What you do is subtract. You subtract, you get 10. All right? If you subtract, you get 10, and that would end up being, then you divide by the original number. So you subtract, you get 10, you divide by 30, which is the original price. The June price was the original price. So you subtract that, and then you divide by the original price. So you're going to have 10.00 divided by 30, and you're going to wind up, it says to round to the nearest whole percent. So you see there, that's going to be 0.33333. So it's going to be 33% is going to be your answer. All right. And that's an increase. Number 18. All right. You have a decrease. It went down 20. So you subtract, you get 20, and you divide by 170. You're going to get a decimal answer, and you're going to round it to the nearest whole percent. It means you may have to carry it out 3 decimal places to round off. All right. That's how you're going to do that section. The next section, you have discounts. All right. Sale prices, those kind of things. You're going to be a discount. How much are you going to pay for it? So they want the amount of discount and the sale price. So all I want you to do is find the sale price. You, depending on how you do the problem, you may also find the amount of discount. Remember, for instance, let's look at number 21, the can opener. The regular price is $20. The rate of discount is 15%. So you can find 15% of $20 and then subtract that from $20. So you find 15% of $20, it's going to give you the amount of discount. If you subtract that then from $20, it's going to give you the sale price. If all you want to do is find the sale price, what would you do? You have your rate of discount. If it's discounted 15%, that means you're paying 85%. You subtract that percent from 100, right, and multiply it, and it'll give you your $17 for your answer. All right. So that's what you do there. All right. You can figure it out whichever one of those 2 ways you want, whichever works better for you is fine. Next section, 25 through 28, the cost of the item, the rate of commission, and the commission. All right. So you have something that costs $700. The rate of commission is 3%. What's your commission going to be? That's simply percent times of equals is. Your commission is your is, your rate of commission is your percent, and the cost of the item is your of. So percent times of equals is. I went over this with you yesterday. Some of you on the board, at least with 7C. All right. That rate of commission, that's the way you do it. I think I went over that with both groups a couple days ago. All right. So that's rate of commission. And then you have, with the next one, the selling price, the cost, the overhead, the net profit. That is now for 7A, we didn't cover this yet, all right, but it's not a difficult concept, so listen quickly. The selling price is $100. The cost, that is what cost them to cost you to make it, was $70. The overhead, that's like what you have to pay, for bills and that kind of stuff, or electricity and all those kind of things. All right, that would be, so you add those 2 together, 70 and 75. That would be what it cost you to make it. All right, and then the net profit would be $25. You made a profit because it cost you 70 and 5. You sold it for 100, so you made a net profit of $25 on that. All right. But look at the next one. All right. Number 30. Selling price is $100. It cost you $95 to make it. Well, that's almost 100 right there. So you might be in trouble, right? You might not be making money on this one, right? Sure enough, you got an overhead of $12. Right? So if you take 95 and 12, you have $107. It cost you $107 and you sold it for 100. So you have a net loss of $7. You lost money on that one. So that's just, profit and loss. All right. So those are your charts that you have to work on today. I want you to do those today. I want you to finish them today. And whoever is subbing should have the answer key. They can go over those with you and cover those. Tomorrow we'll work on the next section, which is the general review, which is your homework. So you have the general review on page 103, and it goes all the way through page 105, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Through number 35 on page 105. All right. So you have that general review that you need to do tonight for homework, and that will be covered tomorrow in class. Your test is on Monday. All right. So we'll be back with you guys again tomorrow. Bye.